Well, after about 4 months of working on my van renovations, I have come to the end of the project. It has taken me about 3 times as long as the initial build I did more than 5 years ago. So that's interesting. But anyways, if you're new here or you might have missed some of the episodes, I made some sort of playlist that will have all the videos that include this renovation process in them. And without further ado, here's the end of this long project. So this one I'm actually quite happy with how these are together. This one, the glue split as I was pinning it in because this wood is so hard and I just couldn't be bothered. And these ones turned out okay, but I definitely know I can do better in the future. I miscalculated and I couldn't do that because it would have gotten in the way of the desk. So I just did that. Whatever, I'm done. That's the end. All right, good morning. So today's a fun day because one, I woke up smelling like delicious smoke. So that was nice. And two, I got to screwing before I got coffee in me. Fixed a little, one of the jar lids had been ripped through the metal, so I had to replace that. But also a fun day because Flossie and I are both working on our vehicles today, on our van homes. So I've helped them to paint yellow jar lids, of course. So that was fun. I brought all my spray paint for that. And now we're going to do a little bit of sanding. I'm going to do some sanding to make their door nice and smooth. The door is here.
The world's skinniest door.
So we're going to get two. It's going to be a lounge and putter day.
Like the teeny tiny tasks.
All the tiny tasks. And I swear to whatever, Frank, that I'm going to get that back corner done today. So I really want to get the back corner done, but I'm going to do stalling projects first. So this is coming off. Okay, so I have solved the problem of my carpenter pencil. I got shorts with pockets, so now I can keep my pencil handy and my measuring tape because I'm back and forth working on, I put this piece here and now I'm going to work on this. And I think I'm going to bring my sander over and do it near here because there's like a lot of shaping that needs to happen for it to fit. But this is like one of those things that has just like really bothered me for a long time. And because it's like near the door and this metal, it gets a lot of condensation. And so the piece that was there was just plywood. Even though it was sealed, it still had a tendency to get mold on it. So it's going to be so much better being cedar. And I was just working on shaping this side piece, and I realized that once I put it on, there will be this strip of not really painted. Like this will go in here, boom. And this will be like, it's kind of unpainted, and then this is green. So I'm gonna paint it purple, because then it will match the back corner that I've done. And eventually the other back corner when I get to it. Teeny little project today. turn into a bigger project. But that's how it goes. I'm gonna be so much happier seeing this if I take the time to do this now. And this is a spot I see a lot. So thankfully I never throw out shipping paper. I always save it because it either comes in handy for fire starter or masking or something like that. So I always fold it up really nice and save it. And I had exactly the right amount to mask this area. So now, unfortunately, I have to kick the supervisor out so I can paint Frank because it's gonna smell. I'm sorry. Well, after a couple hours of sanding and shaping and some finicky stuff and a side quest of painting, I have my new, this thing. It took 4 pieces to make the curve, and it's one of those things where, yes, somebody with more experience or more time could do a better job, or me with more time could do a better job. But considering I actually have only a few months combined of woodworking experience, I'm pretty happy with it. And I have a long-term goal of getting really good at finishing woodwork stuff. So, especially like the type of like smooth, nice curves and stuff you'd see on a boat. Yes, I'd love to be there someday, but for now, this gets the job done, and it's way better than what was here before. All right, well, I have gotten carried away in my little corner I'm working on, and I'm starting on a shelf for all my coffee-related stuff. So I'm going to start by painting it. Do you want to guess what color it's going to be? That's right, purple. Because I have tons left. I have half a gallon of that paint left. So you're really not going to see much of it. But it's just to seal the woods. Well, now I am ready for epic mud road, sand road. I'm ready for desert sand or snow. We'll see. All right, hello, good day. I'm on to the final stage of my renovation project. And that is building those drawers that I have been putting off for quite a while. Flossie's out of town for a couple days. So before I get into this, I have started working on refinishing their countertop. I've sanded both sides, sanded off the original oil. I wiped it down. It's just drying while I cut this, and then I'm going to do the hard wax oil on it because I have gotten quite proficient at that. But I have a massive sheet of plywood. I've never cut into a brand new sheet of plywood myself. So that's a first. And we only have one sawhorse. So I've come up with this ingenious idea to hold it level. I'm just hoping that the offcut I can manage on my own, but let's see. Okay, so I've actually cut this piece wider than it needs to be so I can make like nice and square edges with a more manageable size piece. So I've cut this about 1.5 inches wider than it needs to be. All right, so a few cuts later, I have the base of my first drawer, and I'm trying not to overthink this because I've worked this up a bit in my head. I'm sure I'm not the only one who does that. All right, so I have the pieces for my first drawer aside from the fronts. I'm gonna do the fronts last. And I bought myself a nice hammer because I just had that tiny one, the tiny Napa one, and it sucks for actually hammering. I have most of a drawer. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna let that sit and let the glue dry and start on the next one. Welcome to Amanda's chaotic job site. I have 2 drawers. I'm very proud of my drawers. They're not perfect, but I did them extremely efficiently. Square things are so easy compared to 3-dimensional rounded with wood. But I am hungry. I have not eaten in hours, and I've been working like the boss is breathing down my neck. So I'm very proud to make the progress I have today. I'm going to snack. I'm going to paint those. I'm sure you know what color. And then I can install them tomorrow and build the 3rd drawer, which I haven't mounted the slide yet. So I'm going to do that before I start building. But yeah, it's feels really good to get some drawer action under my belt, and I'm very happy with my new hammer. I am so close to being done these renovations. It's amazing. I just have to build one more drawer, get them all finished and installed. And that's about it for carpentry. That's everything I can think of for carpentry that I wanted to do. And electrical I can do anywhere because it's like done in the van. So this is kind of a big moment. I put the slides on the drawer. I'm gonna try to put it in. And hopefully it goes, hopefully it works. I don't know, I have all the 2 coats of paint on. I figure I'll get these in before I make the other one in case I need to learn from some mistakes. I don't want to get too carried away. Oh, it hits. I don't know if this will work or if I'm gonna have to do like some sanding fandangling. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never built drawers before. Looks like I have some figuring out to do. I don't know. So yesterday was a hard day. I ended up not filming the events because it was very challenging. But I went to put in my 2 drawers and that was hard. It was really hard. It took some sanding in some spots and washers in others to get everything to fit, and it's not as straight as I would like. The lower one, the soft close works decent. The top one, the soft close doesn't work for whatever reason. I've never built or mounted drawers before, and I also didn't look at a single piece of information on the internet about how to do it. I just did it on my own. So, I mean, I have drawers. They're working. They're not perfect, but that's learning and being new at things. So I'm going to build my 3rd drawer today. I'm going to make sure it fits before I paint it, so I don't have to repaint after sanding if I have to sand. So I'm learning, but there was a lot of tears and frustration, and I ended up quitting pretty early for the day and just eating soup and being cozy with Frank. So. Frank is extremely tired of the wasps here. It's an ongoing battle. It's a really bad year for them. So even if I put out comfy stuff for him outside, he still usually just lays in the van because they are less likely to go in there. But it's amazing I haven't gotten stung because they're always landing on me. I'm getting slivers though. But I'm allergic, so it's really good that they're not as feisty as they might be at a warmer time of the year. Oh. Ah. Off, wasp. Well, it's still not as good as I would like to be able to build drawers. And the soft close isn't working, but maybe it'll improve with weight in the drawer. I don't know. But I built a drawer and it works and I didn't cry. So that's a huge improvement over last time. It's also just a better install than the first 2. So I've improved. Realistically, that's the best I can hope for being brand new to this, and I really shouldn't be so hard on myself, but I am because, yeah, that's just how I'm conditioned. All right, so the day before yesterday, on the full moon, I finished my renovation project. About 10 p.m., I put the final drawer in after the paint dried. So that was extremely satisfying. I had a big tasty meal, was very tired. Yesterday I did nothing. I didn't even put my glasses on. I just loafed in bed all day, drinking coffee, eating filling foods, and spacing out on YouTube. I didn't do anything. Today, I built a scrap box. I just did the design after this one that Flossie gave me, but I made it to completely fill this space here so I can put all my tools in. So now I have these 2 little boxes for tools so I can start packing up here because I'm taking off in a couple days. But I will show you more of the drawers and the finished build and all of that in another video. I'm planning on filming my own tour. Yeah, I'm gonna start cleaning up. But it was really nice after months of kind of focusing on like little details and trying to make everything way more perfect than I actually have the experience for, to just slap this together and not care because it's just holding sandpaper and screws and tools and that kind of stuff. It was very satisfying, like how quick I can do things now if I'm not trying to make it absolutely perfect. So, and we have this guy who's absolutely sick of me doing carpentry. Aren't you, Frank? You hate it. You're done with it. You're so over this project. You thought I was done and then I had to go build a toolbox. Well, Frank, now I'm cleaning up and in a couple days we're going to hit the road. We're going to do some things you like moving forward, okay? So if you've been with me through this whole process, you will have heard me mention the back corner of my van many times, and you've seen me work on it in several videos. This is something that I have been pondering about how to do a good job of doing for close to 6 years now. I've been in this van for almost 6 years. And I have yet to come up with an elegant solution that I can execute with wood. And after several panic attacks and a lot of tears and just not being able to even figure out how to do a bad job with wood, or at least a job that was bad but slightly better than I had done before, I gave up. I painted cardboard, I shoved it in the corner, the bottom I'm decently happy with, and I'm not dealing with it until I have the skills or the patience, or I'm just more rested because I'm completely honest with myself. I have worked myself into the ground with this project. I hold way too high of standard for myself. It's unhealthy. And even just through this video alone, editing, I can see that my skin has degraded because my stress levels have been high. I've started not eating as well. My body's reacting, and yeah, it just like wasn't a healthy thing. So it got to the point where I really just had to get it done so I can move on with my life. And while I always want to do a better job, sometimes you just can't do as good of a job as you want to do because it takes time to learn the things to get to where you want to be. So I'm going to keep working with woodworking, but for now, I'm done. I'm happy to be done this renovation. If you've enjoyed the series, or maybe you haven't, but you're just proud of me for doing it, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Like I mentioned, I do intend to do a van tour, but in the next video, I'm going to show you the other half of this time period. The time that it wasn't working on my van, because while this might look like I just worked on my van all the time, that's not the case. I did lots of fun things and had some really tasty meals and enjoyed some beautiful sights. So next week, we're going to enjoy that together. And until then, I hope you have a great week. I really appreciate you watching, and we will see you soon. Bye.